Hey everybody, after a decade of talking about home security, we wanted to create a very short series of videos that has to do with some simple tips that you can use to increase your home security. Alright, so let's talk situational awareness and the baseline. So what is a baseline? Well, first of all, what we're trying to do with any home security approach is to make your home a harder target and cause that criminal that the would-be burglar or whatever have you to think of your home as a harder target and move on to something a lot easier, right? So one of the things that you can pay attention to on your own that really doesn't involve an actual physical thing that you can do to your house is just keeping your head on a swivel, like situational awareness, noticing what's going on in your neighborhood. And that even that plays into talking to your neighbors, right? So in an old house we had, I really just was a hermit. I didn't pay attention to neighbors or didn't really want to talk to them. And we moved to our newer house. I really got out and started to meet my neighbors, and it's helped immensely. So we watch out for each other's houses now. If something is out of the ordinary, we've got each other's phone number. We can call, we can text, we can talk to each other. It's a little bit more, it's not really next door. Next door is kind of the social media side of neighborhoods. But either way, get out and meet your neighbors. That's an important thing to talk about here. That's really the take home, right? So the second thing is to notice the baseline. The baseline is what occurs in your neighborhood on a regular basis all the time. So Monday through Friday, most people are at work, depending on their situation. There's probably a certain level of activity that happens during the day, like lawn guys coming and going, UPS, FedEx trucks coming and going, the mailman coming. So like there's a routine that happens in your neighborhood, and the thing to notice is what is the routine and is it deviating from that routine? So if you see something, first of all, there's the saying, if you see something, say something. Most law enforcement agencies I know of would want you to call them rather than not call them. A lot of people are scared of calling the police because they think, oh, I don't need to get the police involved. Like, I'm not even sure if I saw anything. Well, police officers would tell you they would rather be safe than sorry in that situation and come out and help you if they have the ability to. So don't think of that as a negative. Call them if you have a problem. If you see something out of the ordinary, say something, address it, right? Call your neighbors, put it on next door, talk to law enforcement, whatever you have to do, make your neighborhood secure. That's the game of the game with this, right? So if there's a car parked on your street when you're leaving for work and a couple of people are just sitting in it, look a little suspicious, hey, pick up the phone. Hopefully you got a hands-free device. Call them on your way into work and say, hey, maybe not a big deal. There's a car in my neighborhood that doesn't look like it belongs. I'd really like for you guys to check it out. No problem, we're sending someone over, right? That's noticing the baseline and saying something about it. So it's not just noticing the baseline, it's also doing something about it when you see something out of the ordinary that's affecting the baseline. And that goes for situational awareness. So when you're pulling out of your driveway, hopefully you're backing into your garage and you're parking in the garage to begin with, right? So that comes back to garage security. A tip I didn't mention in that video was that when you're backing into your garage, it also now offers you an opportunity to see at a wider angle. Nobody likes backing up because you can't see as much. You lose your peripheral vision a little bit. It's very difficult to see what's going on. Coming out of your garage like that is the way to go. And that's kind of goes into parking too, but I'll talk about that later. But parking in your garage too will prevent someone from opening your car. Door pullers are a big thing, and grabbing your remote from your garage door and opening it during the middle of the night. Like that's a real concern. So if you are parking outside, don't keep your garage door remote in your car. Take it in with you. It's not a big deal, right? So if you have a program for your car and your car is parked outside, disable that program that's programmed into your car and get an actual physical remote that you can take out of your car. That's just a little tip there. So again, situation awareness, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your neighbors' houses as well. And it's not just about your house, it's also about the whole neighborhood in general, because hopefully you're in a situation where you can help out your neighborhood and make everybody's home a harder target. If you like the security tips that we're sharing today, we've actually got an ebook that's jammed full of security tips just like this. It's called our Home Security ebook. Go to store.itstactical.com and learn even more.